All right. Nations around the world are investing heavily in increasing their missile arsenal. As nuclear threats escalate across the globe, Donald Trump wants to build an advanced missile defense system which is capable of countering the growing capabilities of Russia, China and North Korea. Our next story explores why America needs an Iron Dome. Take a look.
The world is more dangerous now than during Trump's first term. North Korea aggressively advances its nuclear and missile programs, likely encouraged by Russia. Russia's war in Ukraine has pushed US-Russia relations to their lowest since the Cold War. Both Washington and Moscow are deploying long-range missile systems as deterrents. But right now, it's the rhetoric which is speaking. Amid such threats growing, America's existing missile defense systems, while advanced, face critical limitations. Currently, the US relies on a layered defense network that includes THAAD, Aegis and Patriot systems. Together, these systems protect against ballistic and hypersonic missile threats. However, experts warn they may not be enough to counter emerging technologies and long-range missile strikes, particularly ICBMs armed with nuclear warheads. The strategic calculus is clear. US missile defense capabilities, while sophisticated, were designed for a different era. Today's threats, hypersonic weapons, multiple warhead systems and advanced decoys demand a new approach. The new US president wants an American Iron Dome to close these critical vulnerability gaps.
I will direct our military to begin construction of the great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will all be made in the USA. And we will get wokeness the hell out of our military immediately and make it like it used to be.
Robert Sufer, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Nuclear and Missile Defense, says the US must act urgently to upgrade its systems. The plan involves significant investment in advanced technology, new production facilities, and the integration of innovative weaponry into the current infrastructure. Yet challenges remain. Ensuring compatibility with existing systems and maintaining cost effectiveness will test the feasibility of Trump's vision. The stakes are high and the timeline is tight. As global tensions escalate, Trump's Iron Dome could redefine America's missile defense strategy or fall short under the weight of its ambition. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
All right. And Trump has just propelled the US AI community into a new era with a $500 billion investment and fewer regulations. The goal? To establish America as an AI superpower and, most importantly, to stay ahead of China. On his first full day at the White House yesterday, Trump unveiled a $100 billion joint venture to fund AI infrastructure, including data centers. The plan, led by OpenAI, SoftBank and Oracle, aims to raise that amount to at least $500 billion. Already, OpenAI has proposed building 5 gigawatt data centers, which could supply enough electricity for entire cities. That's a big announcement. It reflects Trump's approach, which is prioritizing America regardless of its impact on the environment. You see, over the past 2 years, under former President Joe Biden, the US government maintained a careful balance regarding artificial intelligence. The White House took measures to ensure that the US remained at the forefront of AI development while also addressing some of its potential risks. However, America has a new president now. In his first 24 hours back in office, Donald Trump sent a different message to the AI community. Just build. On Monday, Trump rescinded Biden's sweeping executive order on AI. The move immediately halted implementation of certain safety and transparency requirements for AI developers. By rolling back safety and transparency rules for AI developers, what has he essentially done? Trump has removed important safeguards for a technology that can be both revolutionary and potentially dangerous. And of course, the tech industry welcomed Trump's decision. Some tech leaders attending the World Economic Forum in Davos praised Trump's approach. But experts have expressed concerns about a future dominated by AI without the right regulations. Trump is anticipated to issue a new executive order on AI. But reports say that he might adopt a more lenient approach. On Tuesday, Trump announced a collaborative venture led by SoftBank Group Co., OpenAI and Oracle Co., which will allocate billions of dollars towards AI infrastructure. Trump was joined by SoftBank's Masayoshi Son, along with tech executives such as Sam Altman and Larry Ellison, to unveil this project. Son indicated that the venture will immediately invest $100 billion, with plans to increase that amount, as I mentioned earlier, to $500 billion for various AI projects. Pardon me, that's $100 billion at the moment, and with plans to increase the amount to at least $500 billion for various projects, including data centers and physical computers and campuses. Son characterized this joint initiative as the beginning of a golden age. Ellison said the data centers are currently being built, including one in Texas. Before taking office, Trump had said that he wanted to open up investment opportunities for wealthy individuals in AI plants designed to power data centers. Experts saw this as showing little concern for the environmental impact of the energy sources that are used. But through these initial efforts, it seems Trump is not only re-evaluating the US strategy on AI, but is also distancing himself from Europe, on potentially leading to a conflict over how to regulate AI and compete with China. You see, the European Union has already raised concerns among major AI companies by enforcing stricter legislation on privacy and safety. In contrast, the US under Trump has engaged prominent tech figures, including billionaire Elon Musk and venture capitalist David Sachs, to help shape technology and AI policies. Could the degree of leniency in Trump's AI strategy depend on Musk's influence? Musk has a complex perspective on AI. While he has invested in the technology through his startup XAI, he's also warned about its existential risks if not managed properly. But even though most tech leaders have hailed Trump's AI strategy, some are cautious. As for China, Chinese startup DeepSeek has unveiled an AI model that it says is competitive with OpenAI's technology. TikTok's Chinese owner ByteDance is reported to be investing billions in AI infrastructure, while Huawei is flaunting its own AI chips. Meanwhile, Europe, left out of the discussion, is languishing on the sidelines without a similar AI champion. As a result, Europe's efforts to champion AI regulation looking more like an outdated concept. But one thing's for sure, a race to harness AI is on. The question is, will we control AI, or will AI end up controlling us? Now, with Donald Trump back in the Oval Office, the trade wars, or should I say the fentanyl wars, seem to have begun. Donald Trump has reignited trade tensions with China by threatening to impose 10% tariff on Chinese imports starting the 1st of February. The reason? He says it's for sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada. Speaking at a White House press conference, Trump asserted that China is supplying fentanyl to Mexico and Canada, which is fueling a deadly opioid epidemic in the United States. Listen to this.
We're talking about a tariff of 10% on China based on the fact that they're sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada.
How soon on those tariffs?
Probably February 1st is the date we're looking at.
He also mentioned potential tariffs of up to 25% on imports from Mexico and Canada, blaming both countries for allowing the flow of fentanyl and illegal migration into the United States. Trump also says that during a conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping, he did urge China to take stronger action against fentanyl traffickers, recalling an earlier agreement under his administration that would have imposed the death penalty for drug dealers. He even criticized the Biden administration for failing to enforce this agreement, stating that he said, and I'm quoting here, "I had the deal all wrapped up, but Biden didn't pick it up." Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid considered to be up to 50 times stronger than heroin and has been a major driver of the U.S. overdose crisis, claiming 75,000 American lives in the year 2023 alone. The drug, often mixed with other substances, poses a significant public health challenge, with an estimated 200 Americans dying from fentanyl-related overdoses daily. As you would have probably guessed by now, China is not too happy about this. China has vowed to protect its national interests, warning that any new U.S. tariffs would face strong countermeasures. Beijing, of course, has denied allegations of state involvement in fentanyl trafficking and has in fact emphasized its efforts to curb illegal drug exports. Now let me give you some background to this trade war between the United States and China. It began during Trump's first term over alleged unfair trade practices. During this time, tariffs were imposed on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods. While President Joe Biden maintained several of Trump's tariffs and introduced restrictions on Chinese access to advanced technology, Trump is now doubling down with even harsher measures. But how effective will these tariffs be? As per reports, there has been an impact, but perhaps not the one the current administration was hoping for. Reportedly, Chinese exports to the United States have continued to rise. In 2024, total exports to American companies grew by 4%, reaching $401 billion in the first 11 months of the year. Meanwhile, U.S. imports into China declined by over 11%, further widening the trade deficit. While Trump's proposed tariffs aim to pressure China into taking more responsibility, the strategy is yet to yield the desired economic results. Instead, U.S. businesses have increased their imports from China ahead of the potential tariff hikes, the date for which is currently set for the 1st of February as per the U.S. president. As the fentanyl war intensifies, Trump's tariff threats add further uncertainty, not just with regards to relations with Mexico, Canada and China, but also to the global trade landscape.